The latest Call of Duty Elite Premium map Overwatch is available right now to Elite Premium members. This Carpenter's Nightmare atop an 80-story high-rise makes for a unique set piece for shootouts, and with its circular, vertical nature, it's one of the most technically demanding maps in the game. Of course, with new content comes new tips and tricks for multiplayer on this episode of Insider Moves. We've covered multiplayer quite a lot here on the show, so I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach and discuss a few suggestions we have for how to use map layout to your advantage. Now, personally, I don't like map-specific tips like use this ledge for a good sniper perch or hunker down in this location. First, I can't really abide camping, and secondly, map-specific strategies tend to become obsolete as the community changes how they play a map. Instead, let's examine a few rules of thumb, some fundamental tactics that should apply across any map and give you the advantage you need to get the drop on your enemy. Number 1. Understand where the enemies are spawning. Basically, if your team is populating one end of a map, you can be reasonably confident that the opposing team is now spawning on the opposite side. So, if you and your team march across the map and eliminate the enemy, you should turn right around and head back in the opposite direction. In short, push from one end of the map to the other, turn around, and repeat. Next up, elevation. If a map is vertical in nature, much like Overwatch, there's very little reason to stick to the bottom level. It's just too tough to scan not only around you, but above you at all times. Instead, I use the bottom level as kind of a shortcut or a way of flanking the enemy, with my end goal almost always being to regain the height advantage. Treat the bottom tier as a means to an end. Third, and I've said this before in the past, stick to the outskirts of a map. The goal here is to limit the number of sightlines to your location, and if you're frolicking through the middle of the map, you're just going to get shot from any number of areas. Next, you can learn a lot about how people play a map by watching the kill cam when you die. Sure, it sucks to die, but it can provide you with invaluable intel on your enemies. You can learn something valuable from every death. Now, to keep you from dying, you should always be using cover as much as possible. Now, I don't mean stand behind cover and wait, because that's probably just going to get you shot in the back, but when you move through the map, always try to put objects between you and direct line of sight to your location. It gives your enemies a smaller target profile, and trust me, it will save your life more than you would credit. Finally, we have the skulls. Look for the skulls to pop up showing that your teammates have just died. Now, it's not map specific, but it will help you decide how you want to traverse the map. Seeing a skull doesn't necessarily mean an enemy is right there, but there's a very good chance they're in the vicinity. Again, it just comes down to intel. The more information you have, the better chance you have at success. There you have it, a few general tips on how best to approach most maps. We hope you find the information useful. Thanks everyone for watching Inside Xbox, and Elite Premium members, enjoy your time on Overwatch in Modern Warfare 3.